All right, folks, welcome back. This is episode 39 of the ICT Mastery Mentorship. In this episode, we're going to be going over change and data delivery. I've taught this concept before on the channel, just as a, standalone concept if anyone wants to just search up the concept and not watch 2 hours worth of recordings and stuff like that. And it blew up. I really don't know why, because it was just a simple teaching of just a regular order block and fair value gap concept, but whatever. Anyway, change data delivery. It's simply just two PD arrays that I've already taught you put together, which supercharges them both in making them an extremely strong PD array whenever it is used correctly. Okay, now here's a reminder. Okay, because some people will take this out of context and use this like the holy grail. Okay, do not do that. ICT Concepts is a strategy or a mindset or a technique in this marketplace that is not to be used in the form of finding one singular concept or strategy or technique and say, oh, this is the holy grail. This is what I'm going to use forever. You know why? Because your win rate would be zero. Okay. Literally zero. Okay. The only way it could possibly be more than 0.5% is if you take your profits whenever you go up 1 point. That's the only way. So when I say this, I'm being so serious. Do not take any of these concepts just by itself, or just cherry pick five of them and say, "Oh, this is what I'm going to use." Do not do that. There's a reason this mentorship exists, and there's a reason I have it organized just like this. There's a reason it's placed like this, and there's a reason it's in this order. Okay, so do not do that. That's just a warning to you, and for your just to better your learning and to better you. Okay, I'm doing my best as a mentor or as a young teacher, and just to educate you. All right, let's not do the holy grail thing and try to cherry pick concepts. All right. Anyway, change state of delivery simply when an order block has a fair value gap binded to it. That simple. Okay. You know why? Because displacement creates what? Imbalances. And an imbalance is what? A fair value gap. Okay. Now listen here. Order blocks are higher probability whenever there's displacement afterwards. You hear the correlation? You hear it? Now, when there's displacement after an order block, what forms? A fair value gap. Boom. Crazy, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Anyway, I have an example right here. I didn't even see that. Wow, that was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I did not like see this just then. And when I say see it, I mean like I wasn't like eyeing it. I just zoomed in on it. It was so instinctive. I didn't even feel like I actually saw it. Anyway, we have the order block here. Okay, just that right there. We have the order block. I mean, let me not do the quadrants thing anymore because that's done. You can eyeball it with your eyes if you needed to. So here's the order block right here. Let's go ahead and pull this out. In which we have a little fair value gap right there. See that? See that fair value gap? You're probably like, wouldn't this fair value gap be balanced because we have the order block as buy side delivery, and then we have this right here as sell side delivery? Yes, 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 yes. But this is where things might get a little confusing for you because, okay, we have buy side and sell side, but it's the fact that we first create the buy side delivery to create the order block, right? Then we immediately, when I say immediately, I mean immediately move away from the order block to activate the order block in which we leave a fair value gap within the order block. Okay. Within it. That was a weird within. Anyway, within it. Okay. This fair value gap is balanced. Yes, but it is still a patternized fair value gap. This is still a fair value gap to the algorithm, but it's just a balanced fair value gap. Okay, so price is not going to try to seek this fair value gap to balance it, but instead, if it wants to refer to it, it can do so. So this entire pattern right here, these three candles right here, well, these five, this is called a change of state of delivery. Okay. What happens here when that fair value gap is created and it lingers inside of that order block, it supercharges the order block, making it very, very high probability. In which, if we just look a couple candles after, I think we can see just how high probability it was. Yeah, I think we can really see just how highly probable it was. Okay. So it jumps into the fair value gap in the order block. So let me mark the fair value gap quadrant and stuff like that. Now watch this. Watch this. I know you already see it. I know you see the equilibrium. It respects it literally to the tick. I know. I see it too. But this is just going to show you how amazing these concepts are. Let's zoom in real quick. Let's zoom in just really quick. Now, from here to here, that's a tick. From here to here, if I can get it, here to here, 2 ticks. Is that precise enough for you? Is that precise enough? Look at the closure of the candles. Just from zooming out, I know this looks insane. Yeah. What the world? Did it seriously respect the equilibrium like that? Yeah. Yeah, it did. So whenever you see this, okay, when I said 5 candles, it's not exactly 5 candles, but it's basically when an order block just has a fair value gap inside it. Literally it. Okay, that's it. But you have to use this correctly. And geez, I always get this messed up whenever I'm trying to explain, like in the context of, I'm trying to say in the context of, and then I just have a brain fart and I won't be able to say it. But what I'm trying to say here is you need to be able to use these concepts, or for example, this concept here, in the context of knowing where the market is going, okay, as in having a daily bias, doing your top down analysis, and basically just understanding the narrative of the day or of the entire week or of the next hour. Okay. So just keep that in mind. This is not the holy grail. Nothing on this channel is the holy grail. Okay. Unless you put everything together. That's it. And you use it whenever it's available. That's the only reason this mentorship is being created now. Okay. We're going to go over maybe 2 more examples. That's it. Because this is a very, very simple concept. And you're probably like, okay, we keep learning all these concepts by themselves. But when are we really, really, really going to put them together? Let me just spoil it for you. I didn't want to spoil it, but here you go. Right here during these 5. This is where we're really going to go deep. Okay. When I say go deep, I mean at least maybe 2 to 3 hours each. This, 2 hours. This, maybe 2 hours. This, maybe 3 hours. This, an hour. This, maybe an hour. So we're gonna really, really go deep into the analyzation and just putting everything together. This is really what's gonna solidify it. These 5 right here, these last 5 is really gonna solidify it. And mind you, these last 5, or really last 6, are gonna be live. Okay, so I'm gonna stream them live. The live chat is gonna be off, by the way. So I'm gonna stream them live, in which uh it's gonna be live markets. You're not gonna be in hindsight anymore. That's what these last 6 are gonna be. So I spoiled it for you. Congratulations, you now know. Anyway, let me go find another example for you. I'll be right back. Okay, that took me a minute to actually find an example. Maybe because I'm on the 4 hour, but it clearly doesn't form this much on this time frame. But anyway, the reason I'm on this time frame is because I want to get clearer examples just to make it better for you to absorb the information and stuff like that that I teach you. Anyway, this is a bit of a different example, but this is still a change state delivery. It's right here in this area right here. This order block, and then we have that fair value gap there. You're probably like, okay, but it's not within the order block. This is where you can exclude that rule. Reason being, you see how the fair value gap is being created with the order block as the first candle? You're probably like, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. So the order block is literally not in a form of a simile, not metaphorically, but literally being binded with the fair value gap because the order block is within or inside of the creation of the entire fair value gap. First candle, second candle, right here, and third candle. So you see it? You see it? Yeah, me too. So this counts because the fair value gap is literally a part of the order block. It comes back down. Let me pull this in real quick. Comes down into the fair value gap. Let me put the quadrants on. Hold on, my bad. Drops down into the fair value gap, hitting the what? Upper quadrant. Jumps up, hitting this PD array that you don't know yet. Drops down, respects it. Pretty nice, right? Respects another PD array that you don't know yet. Drops back down into it, respects it. And guess what? It begins disrespecting opposing PD arrays. You have one PD right here that you don't know yet. It disrespects that. Then you have, well, this PD array isn't really there anymore because it's exhausted from this here. But if we're talking about other PD arrays, we do have this gap that just completely gets ran through, to be honest. It is balanced from this buy side delivery here, but it's still a fair value gap that can be referred to and or respected or disrespected. Sorry, I had to do a little burp there. Run out of breath. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, right, the change of state delivery. Hold, I was about to go to a totally different example. Holy, my bad for going off topic. But anyway, or off track. But you're probably like, okay. it goes into the fair value gap, but it never goes into the order block. Why is that? Because I don't think I've taught you this yet, but I think the fair value gap is stronger than the order block. Okay, according to beep beep beep, a concept that you don't know yet. Okay, yes, it's called beep beep beep. I'll review it later in the. I was about to spoil it, but I'm not going to do it. It the reason it doesn't hit it is because the fair value gap is stronger than it, and it does not need to hit the order block because one, we have the displacement afterwards, which would be the fair value gap, and the fair value gap is binded to the order block. So since it's binded to the order block, it doesn't need to hit both the order block and the fair value gap because they're both binded together. Get it? So for it to hit the quote unquote change of state delivery, all it has to do is hit the fair value gap, which is right there. And does it do it? Yep. Hits it once, boing, and begins jumping higher from that point. Pretty nice, isn't it? I know, I know. And then we also have this order block right here. So if you want to talk about the quadrants too, we begin disrespecting this order block right here. And then we have these fair value gaps within this order block. We got one, and then we got I think we have another one outside of it. Yeah, this one right here. So it begins disrespecting these PD rays. So the quadrants, they're doing their thing, right? They're doing their thing. As we can clearly see, we got the respect down here, the respect of bullish PD arrays, and the creation of bullish PD arrays also, which we are disrespecting opposing PD arrays, which is, bearish fair value gaps and stuff like that, because this is a bullish fair value gap, in which you want to be disrespecting opposite to that, which is bearish fair value gaps, bearish order blocks, bearish beep, 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 beep. Can't leak that. I'm sorry. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but you get it. Change of state of delivery, real simple. But remember, do not take this and say, oh my God, this is the holy grail. I found my profitability to trading. No, no, I'm going to warn you, that's not how it is here, especially not in ICT world. Now, if you could switch to something else, probably go to retail and find a 5 minute scalping strategy. So you can full port 5 contracts and make 10 grand in under 30 seconds, then sure, you can do that and potentially lose your life savings the next morning. Then yeah, go do that. But here, try to give you at least some solid ground to trade on so you won't have to be trading on thin ice. I'm going to try to find, well, you know what? Let's end this video here. Okay. I don't want to make this too long. This is about 15 minutes. It really doesn't need to be that long. I talk a little too much. I'm going to edit a lot of this out. But anyway, until then, it's 2:20. You'll probably see me up again at like 2:40 recording again. But I'll be in this video here or this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck and good trading.